you for checking in my videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed my videos. And if you guys didn't see my videos on either Kingdom Hearts or Star Ocean, well, get on it, boy. Come on. Well, anyway, today we're just basically doing shit, man. Random shit. Obviously, we're going to work, obviously, but do me a favor, guys. When you guys get into these into this videos, please do me a favor and hit that little bell icon, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel, and definitely hit that like button as well. Definitely helps the channel. Anyway, well, like I said, we're at that very. People think that I'm getting closer to that 1600. Well, I am close, but then I went back a little, which honestly, guys, not cool. Not cool at all. If you don't like my shit, well, it's fine. It's cool. But if you're gonna subscribe, don't be a prick and unsubscribe already, because that is kind of rude. That is extremely rude. My videos basically are on just for fun, guys. Don't expect any Hollywood style version of them, because there's no such thing. It's just me playing video games and me just having fun. It has nothing to do with anything beyond that. If you're expecting any more, well, I'm sorry to say there won't be. And when I say I'm sorry to say, I'm not anywhere near sorry to say. Anyway, I'm just here going to work, doing my random thing, and I see you got a lot of people checking out my video. If every one of you guys do me the ginormous favor of subscribing and hitting the like button and all that, definitely helps the channel. Outside, entertainment, fun. Huh. I love outside sometimes too, but when it's hot as hell, I tend to stay inside. But in a lot of retrospect, you know, the one time I love the outside, guys, is when it rains. When it just finally just stopped raining, the air just feels alive, guys. It just feels so good. Here where I live, it is a rare pleasure when it rains. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the outside for what it is, but the problem is where I live, and because of my condition, again, not medical condition, it's more of I know my body better than anybody would. I live in the United States, in a desert specifically. If you guys don't know, I live in Arizona. And you know for a fact, Arizona is like a fucking bowl. And when the heat, and you know, everybody knows science, heat goes down, ladies and gents. People say heat rises. Well, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't. The way it is here, it settles here. I'm not bullshitting. Yes, heat rises technically, but you got to remember, most of where I live is concrete. And that concrete gets hot as a motherfucker, which, again, it's a city, folks. It's a city. So all that concrete calcifies all that heat. And yes, again, heat rises. But guess what? We walk on what rises from that. We walk on that shit. So we feel it as we're walking. So we walk through the rising heat. So yeah, that's just a little bit of science for you folks. And yeah, it gets hot, and the air gets all mucky and like ridiculously hot, so it's really irritating. And again, because of my tendency to overheat, I have to always have a bottle of water with me every time I go somewhere. Speaking of, hold on 1 second, folks. It's just ridiculously hot, folks. Ridiculously hot. It's so hot, guys, that on a really bad day, you go out. You know what's hot when you go out in the sun. And you go out in the desert, which I don't. I'm just saying. You go out in the desert and look down. You see a fucking rattlesnake. You're like, damn, I'm gonna get bitten. No, the rattlesnake looks like, don't look at me, man. I'm tired. Woo. You see, now that's hot. You think it's hot for us? Imagine the animals. You know what's bad? You know an environment is hot or is really to an extreme when the animals start to evolve a certain degree of adaptations. You guys don't know what I'm talking about? We have rabbits that have an adaptation that they can feel the heat and they can actually spread the heat with their actual ears. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called the desert hare. And the fact that they have that adaptation, holy shit, ladies and gents. Yeah. By the way, Marvy, thank you very much for checking out my video. Please do me a favor and hit that like, subscribe buttons. It definitely helps the channel. Yeah, folks, I'm just saying, we live part of the states that we have animals that have that kind of shit going down. You know it's bad when animals are like, you know what, I'm gonna evolve. Mind you, again, evolution, we all know, and evolution is not a quick process. It's not a generally it is adapted by certain traits, certain mannerisms, certain things that help them survive. Mind you, thank you, I appreciate that. I love you, man. Love you. Anyway, like I said, evolution is not like on Pokemon, folks. You don't level up. Mind you, I wish I did. If I had the ability to level up, I'd put points into some shit, man. I swear to God. Mostly my physique, man. I would love to have a nice, strong physique. And if people ask me, what about your charm? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, no, I've seen what happens if you have too much charm. Yeah, that's a bad idea. I can almost imagine you putting like 100 points in charm. You walking down the street, and all of a sudden you're walking past a married couple. One of them goes, you know what? We're done. After 10 years, yeah, we're done. We're done. I like him. I'm like, no. Don't get me involved in this shit. Don't get me involved in this shit. Mind you, no, I am not like that. And thank the gods I'm not, because again, I've been through shit like that, and quite frankly, long story short, no, just no, not even. Mind you, I said that as a joke, but I inadvertently kind of triggered myself a little bit. Nothing too bad. But anyway, yeah, let's just say, I love outside, but not when I'm living in a fucking scorcher. If you guys love outside as well, hit me with the thumbs up, and if you hate outside where you live, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Oh, it's hot over here. I don't know if you were listening to my previous jokes, but it's so hot in here that if you go out in the desert and talk to a lizard or a snake, they'd wipe the sweat off their brow, going, whew, boy howdy. That's a really bad joke because lizards don't sweat. That's the joke. And you guys are probably wondering why I know that. It's because I was bored one day and I thought to myself, you know what? Do lizards sweat? It's like no. They have a their system. Their system don't sweat because I think it's because some kind of circulation or whatever. They don't have the same glands we do. That's what I'm saying. They don't have the same glands we do. Their body takes in the surrounding temperature, and it helps them with their internal temperature. So if they're too cold, like if they're in a shade and they're too cold, they go out in the sun to warm themselves up. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, AK. Appreciate it. Love from the States. Hope you guys are doing good. I see some really good stuff about you guys. Honestly, it's mostly your food, folks. Damn. I've actually wanted to try Indian style curry for a long ass time. One of these days. I've always wanted to try Indian curry. Probably something chicken. That way I'm trying to show a little respect to you guys. I'm glad to hear that, Marvy. Thank you very much. Thank you for checking out my videos. By the way, AK, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe buttons if you want to see more of me. It definitely helps the channel. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Love all of you guys back. Mind you, this is not only a blog blog channel, but I also do video games. I do a lot of video games just for fun. If you guys want to check those out. Right now I'm doing either Kingdom Hearts or Star Ocean. Those two are some of my favorite games. They are a lot of fun for what they are. Star Ocean, basically, it depends on which one you're speaking of because they're not all the same game. In fact, they are vastly different from each other. They only correspond when they mention certain characters from other games. So literally each game is completely different. So if you guys want to play Star Ocean, I'd recommend all of them because they're all so great. GTA, I mean, I'm okay with GTA, but I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan, guys. The worst, a game I've played that is very similar to GTA is Saints Row. Very similar to GTA, but more of a lighthearted version of it. Like it was more the characters. They are basically think when it comes to the game I'm playing. This game is interesting because you basically start off your crew, and it basically starts from there. Oops, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. How am I supposed to know people are getting off, like, you know? Anyway, guys, here's the thing that I was trying to say earlier. So, like I said, I was playing the two games that I've always loved to play, Star Ocean and Kingdom Hearts. Don't worry, guys, I'll be playing both throughout the week. Whether it's gonna be alternative daily or one on the same day and the other, I don't know. We'll see. But the one games like I said, I'm playing right now is Star Ocean, Last Hope, and until the end of time. Those are the two Star Ocean games I'm playing, and the Kingdom Hearts is really interesting game. Okay, so if you guys know what Final Fantasy VII and basically Square Enix, their entire repertoire of games are actually in this game, the Kingdom Hearts game. And for a little added spice, they put in Disney characters. And weirdly enough, it fits so well. Like, it's crazy how well it fits. Mind you, it looks like a mishmash, and it is really a mishmash. But for some weird reason, it fits so well. Like, some of my favorite characters in the games. Like, if you guys never seen my other games for Kingdom Hearts, there are points where you meet up with some of my favorite characters. So you play some of my favorite characters, and it's one of my. And if you guys don't know what I don't. Two characters that I could tell you right now that I love playing around with is I love doing Hercules missions because they're so much fun. They have a lot of variety, and there's a tournament. I love doing tournaments like in Kingdom Hearts because they're so much fun. They're annoying, but they are actually really, really fun. And okay. Did I even bring my wallet? Sorry guys, my brain decided to have a little fizzle out, and I think I forgot something, and I think I left it either on the bus or I left it at home. I hope it's the latter, because if it's the former, I'm done. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, you caught me at a wow kind of day. But well, let's see how the rest of the day works out. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you guys are wondering what Star Ocean's all about, just think Star Trek. You know, we boldly go where no man has gone before. Yeah, it's that kind of shtick. So I'd recommend it if you're in the mood for something sci-fi and animaic. Trust me, guys. The characters are so endearing that you can't help but love. It almost gets to the point where you can actually... There are certain ones that you can benefit with. Like, there's even the villains that you're like, huh. It's not that you would, say, oh, I agree with you. Maybe on the surface you would agree with them. But, it's kind of like Thanos, folks. You agree with his mythology. You agree with his, what he wants to do. But you do not agree with his method. You agree the fact that we need structuring, all that crap. But you do not agree with wiping everybody else out just to prove a point. Because for all you know, he says you're wiping out that half of the universe. Ladies and gentlemen, $10 says that if you do that indiscriminately, even discriminately, I'm just trying to make a point here. it would not benefit anybody, because either way, you never know. You never know who you're actually taking out. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like it brought up a good message. And one show I've been watching, it's called Dr. Stone. Long story short, the series is basically about some kind of global event, like it's almost an extinction event, where, you know, the main character, I don't remember his name, because we'll just call him Dr. Stone. Him and his friends just hanging out, doing this random thing. You know, mind you, he's a teenage genius. He's a teenage genius to the point where, yes, where he came from, barely anybody recognized the fact that he was a genius. Only a few people knew. Here's the thing, though. The time that he figured out something was happening. Like he was putting something together, and all of a sudden, and no, folks, it wasn't him. As far as I understand, I don't remember what it was, but some kind of green flash appeared all over the world, and basically scattered all over the world. And now nobody was safe from said, you know, event, the green flash. And if you're asking what happened, well, every living person, sorry, let me phrase that, every living entity, like a bird or animal, anything that wasn't a plant, was completely and utterly fossilized. I'm not kidding, fossilized. And this occurred, and according to him, 100 million years, no, 100,000 years, more or less. So basically 100,000 years, more or less, of time. And the only reason he knows about this is because apparently the entire time he kept himself sane by counting the moments. He counted all that time. And it was crazy that he did that. I was like, dude, I would have gone insane after the first 100, after the first 50. Shit. The fact that he didn't go insane, and I'm pretty sure he did at one point. The only thing that kept him from going completely and utterly unhinged was probably him counting. Because, dude, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Somebody tries to count that much time all at once. Yeah, guys, I'd lose my count after a good 2 months. If I stayed focused, I lose track. But basically the series is still going on, if I remember correctly. I recommend it, Dr. Stone. And basically the story is basically him reintroducing the concept of science in a world where things seem basically back to the Stone Age. So yeah, folks, he went from, you know, the modern age, and then goes back to the Stone Age, and rapidly through certain, you know, innovations that he himself has actual details of from his time, he was able. How you doing? Thank you very much, Dustin. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that little bell icon, subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel if you haven't already. But anyway, I recommend the show. It's actually really interesting. I'm going through a lot of shows right now. I got into another show. It's called Yakuza Spy Family, and it's really, really good. Yes, folks, it's an anime, but it is one of those If you're in the mood for a good chuckle, a good feel time, and a lot of action, trust me, I'd recommend it. Because it's actually pretty funny. It makes me laugh so hard, and it's actually pretty endearing. So it starts off with a guy, and yeah, guys, it's all these are pretty good. So he starts off in school. Basically, everybody keeps asking him for, hanging out, and this guy is just basically a nonchalant. He's everybody assumes he's doing this. Lego my ego, man. Scooby-Doo. Scoob, dude. Oh, well, anyway, Scoob. I'm gonna call you Scoob. Thank you for checking out my video. Appreciate the love and the comeback. Anyway, so I was saying, Spy Family, Yakuza. This one is actually very interesting because the main character starts off at the most nonchalant, most I don't feel like being around people kind of attitude. Mind you, if you heard his story, you would understand why. So basically, he is retreating into himself because he just went through the most horrific life situation in his life, anybody's life. He basically survived a car crash, and his entire family just died. He was the only survivor. Mind you, the only thing that he has the only thing he has to remember them by is a scar on his face that reminds him of every day that he survived and his family didn't. It's kind of effed up, but mind you, that's just part of the prologue, the backstory, or at least for him specifically. And I love it because it gets deeper and deeper the more you get into it. Mind you, I feel like they should do more episodes because you got to get more into that kind of deep. And it does get deeper the more you watch the show. Mind you, the reason why it's so important, it's kind of cool because this character starts to get involved with a girl that he's known for all his life, not really all his life, but since he was a little kid. And this little girl is quite unique in the sense that she's part of a family that is not only buku bucks rich, but her entire family is spies. They have their own little quirks, little things going down, their little abilities, And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you watching this shit, and you're sitting there going, it makes you think this world is nothing but spies, and then the normal people are the minority, because the way this show is set up is so weird. Like, mind you, I get it, it's just basically their world in general, but like, it's just funny to watch. Like, you're thinking to yourself, in this show, the minorities are the civilians, which is supposed to be the other way around. It's really funny as hell. So if you guys want to watch something very interesting and very like, it makes you think and makes you laugh at the same time, and sometimes it makes you cry, but a lot of it is just out of pure laughter. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I'll see you once I get caught up with some of my other shows. Maybe we can talk about it on the stream. Check it out if you guys want to see any of these ones I recommend. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. This is your friendly neighborhood gamer Jin Candor, signing off.